제가 오늘은 친구 없이 혼자 대중교통을 타고
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 저는 미래에셋 박현주재단 글로벌특파원 제3기 최예원이고요. 이쪽은 오늘 저와 함께할 제 친구 유스트입니다. Just, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, I'm Joost. I'm a Dutch student. I have a cat over there. The extra guest.
오늘은 제가 네덜란드의 대중교통 경제에 대해서 얘기를 해볼 건데요. 위트레흐트에서 로테르담까지 다양한 대중교통을 타고 이동을 하는 모습을 영상에 담아보았고요. 유스트랑 같이 그 교통수단들에 대해서 이야기를 해볼 예정이니까 많이 기대해주세요. 그럼 가볼까요?
Go, go, go!
안녕하세요. 제가 오늘은 위트레흐트에서 로테르담까지 친구 없이 혼자 대중교통을 타고 한번 이동해 보려고 하는데요. 기차역에서 혼자 영상을 찍고 있으니 굉장히 부끄럽지만 제가 한번 빠르게 이동해 보도록 하겠습니다. 가볼까요? Firstly, talk about card. I made anonymous OV-chip card in the station, and there's two kinds of cards, right?
Yeah, you have the anonymous card and the personal OV-chip card.
And this is like for people who live here, right?
People
Tourists
who live
cannot
here.
make that one.
Yeah, you have to be a Dutch citizen to make this one.
Mm.
But as an exchange student, you're still able to make this because you're registered as the Dutch citizen.
Yeah.
And this anonymous, so anyone can use it.
Mm. And I had to pay like €7 just only for making this card. But I can top up this card again and again.
Yeah, you can just go to the machine and then top up the cards.
Mm.
You can connect it to your bank account, so when you like travel and depletes, then it will just automatically top up.
So like secondly, I took a train from Utrecht Central to Rotterdam Central, and I used this card. I think I should have like more than €20 in here to take a train, right?
Yeah, you have to have a minimum of €20 for anonymous cards to get to the train. For students, Dutch native students, you have the subscription plan, and then you have like travel during weekdays or travel for free during weekends. I chose for weekends because I travel more often in the weekend. But there is also like other kind of subscriptions you can put on this one. And you get like in off-peak hours, so no rush hours, you can get like a discount of I think 40%.
Can I also put some subscription on this?
No.
No?
You really can't put any subscription. It's always full price.
Oh yeah. Maybe if I want to reduce my spending on transportation, I have to use personal OV-chip card and also use discount subscription.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if you really want to get really cheap transportation, get a car.
subway.
Ah,
You said there are not a lot of subway in the
Yeah.
Netherlands, right?
there are like only subways, I think, in Amsterdam, The Hague, Rotterdam, Delft.
I think like the reason is because of the ground.
Yeah, yeah. The problem in Netherlands, if you build a house, maybe you've seen it like, for example, in Amsterdam, you'll see like the houses going down. They're like wobbly. All the houses in Netherlands are sinking because the ground is like swampy.
Oh, like is it sinking?
Yeah.
So anyway, I took a subway from like Rotterdam Central to the Cube House. You know the
Oh,
Cube
yeah,
House?
yeah.
Yeah, the tour spots. Maybe we can talk about like this check-in and check-out system of the transportation. Like in
Check-in,
Korea, if I make check-in for mistake,
Mm-hmm.
the money doesn't come back.
Yeah, if you check in, you pay.
Mm.
And in Netherlands, you don't pay for check-in.
Yeah, yeah.
You can just check in and check out, and cancellation is free.
But like what happens if I just forgot to check out? Because sometimes there's a tram has checkout system outside of the tram.
Yeah, they might notice, like they can see in the system, oh, you didn't check out and you check into a new place. So they will track this and you'll get a fine, which are quite expensive fines, by the way.
Yeah, it's super expensive. Last time my friend visited Netherlands and she made this anonymous card and she top up 20 euros in it.
Yeah.
But she forgot to check out and the next time card said it has minus 3 euros in it.
Yeah, yeah. It might be even more expensive, so 50 euro or something.
Oh,
Like
50, 50 euros?
Yeah, if you forgot once, you can just call NS, and then usually they make an exception for the first time.
But like from the second
Yeah,
time.
the second time you will have to pay.
I think like in Korea, it doesn't really matter if you forgot to check out. Maybe it will cost like 200 or 300 won, which is not really expensive.
Oh, that's not so expensive.
Yeah. Secretly ride on the tram, not checking in.
Yeah, you like zwartrijden, we call this in Dutch. It happens quite often, especially in Rotterdam. Sometimes they just like come around to check if you checked in, or they check on this device. But if you get caught, you have to pay a fine and then exit the train immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
Like next station.
Yeah, and sometimes there's a person in the tram, in the middle of the tram. There was a like long tram, and something looks like office was in the tram, and she was like seeing everyone who doesn't check in.
Very unique for Amsterdam actually. A counter in the tram, and they're just watching if people are like going illegally.
Yeah,
because it's really common, especially in Amsterdam as well. Entrance doors and an exit door, so they have like the office thingy is just like right in front of the entrance door, so you can see if people checked in.
Yeah. 급하게 기차에서 버스로 갈아타다가 아주 비싼 스마트폰 증거를 기차에 두고 내렸답니다. 마음이 착잡하네요. So I also borrowed a OV bike. Do you usually use it?
No, because like it's not that cheap. I think it's like 350 for 24 hours. So for example, I have 2 bikes as well. I have one bike at my parents' home and then one bike in this city. So we don't really use it. In Netherlands, everyone has their own bike. It's weird when you don't have a bike. That's like, how is that possible?
Is it something like you don't have your legs?
Yeah. I think on average, a Dutch person has 1.4 bikes. So like more people have 2 bikes than they have 1 bike.
That's why real Dutchies don't use OV
bike because they already have one. Just sometimes when you visit friends in a different city, it might be useful. For like 3 hours, it's not worth it.
Yeah. There's only for 24 hours option, right?
Yeah, it's the only option.
He had experience in Korea, right?
Yeah, I've been to Korea for half a year in Seoul. And as a Dutch student, I really needed to bike. So I saw like these green bikes, Tarangi, so I found out what Tarangi was. I also got like a subscription later on Tarangi. I think it's much better than the bike system we have here. There's Tarangi stations everywhere and OV bike is not that much. And also it's much cheaper to rent a Tarangi bike. I think it's like only 2001 for 2 hours. And that's like, I don't know, €1.20 or something.
Yeah, but like compare it to like 24 hours, then it is much cheaper. Right?
Yeah, but usually you don't rent a bike for 24 hours.
Yeah.
You just want it for like, okay, fast, one place to another place in the same city.
Yeah.
Always make sure to lock your bike properly in Netherlands because like bikes get stolen a lot. So.
Oh yeah. What I was really surprised after coming here was like the lock look really different with Korean ones.
Usually what people have, you have like a built-in lock, like just with Tarangi. Next to this, they also usually people have like a second lock, and these are like really big locks, and you usually attach them like your bike to a tree or something else, so it's like really hard to steal the bike because it happens so much. So like there are a lot of rules around biking to not be allowed on your phone while on the bike. And then there's also like a fine for not having a light. Actually, they do check it. For example, I always recommend not to go through the city center at night if you don't have a light. You will get fined.
Oh, one of my friends, unfortunately, he got double fined because he took a bike without a light he used his phone as a flashlight.
Okay, yeah, that's
so like
yeah, you're not allowed to hold a phone at all. Like even if you don't do anything on your phone, just like this and then hold it here in your hand, you're still getting fined.
Oh, and also like it is not allowed to park my bike really long time, right?
Yeah, like if you put your bike on, for example, a bridge or water canals, especially there, they will look for these bikes if they are there for a long time and they will get removed. Actually, you're also not allowed to park your bike not in a parking place. Your bike might get removed by the government.
Yeah.
They have like big scissors as well. They
use that electronic drill.
A drill
and they just cut that huge lock.
Yeah. Sometimes you like bike cleanup, they call this. They do this by labeling every single bike with a sticker. If you don't remove the sticker within 7 days, it will be removed next week.
Oh yeah.
So like you have to actively use your bike to not get your bike removed.
Yeah.
Because like in Netherlands we have a problem of bikes that are just
too much
old
bike.
and they don't get used at all. Like people leave them. Like I have a friend of mine who said like, oh, I left my bike somewhere in Utrecht, I don't know where.
So finally, this is the last part, comparing like generally the transportation system and like transportation costs in Netherlands and Korea. How do you feel about it? Netherlands is way more expensive.
Yeah, I really prefer Korean transportation system over Dutch transportation system. I think it's much more subsidized in Korea. Also for like the bullet train, for example, in Korea, you go all the way through the country and you pay like 20-30 euros. If you do this here, I think you will pay 50.
Oh.
Like a lot of money. And also the biking Tarangi, I prefer the biking system as well.
Yeah, but I also think like the free cancellation of check-in and check-out is also good.
Yeah.
Can you give some tips on like reducing some transportation expenses?
Yeah, you can go to NS site and then you have like weekend rush hour discounts, like off-peak hours, yeah. And this is much better subscription to use.
And maybe like the most important tip is just using bike as much as possible, right?
Yeah, always use bike. Like even when it rains, we will still bike.
Even when storm comes, Dutch people just bike.
Yeah, we just still bike because Like it's so much cheaper as well and more convenient. For example, if I want to go to another place, it might take like 25 minutes to go by bus, and then it's only 10 minutes biking.
Oh yeah.
So like the difference are really, really big.
And like to give more tips about renting a bike for exchange students or like for people who will stay in here like less than 1 year, I think.
Swapfiets.
Yeah, Swapfest. It's really popular among international students, I think. I only pay around 15 to 20 euros per month, and they fix my bike free.
It's really interesting. Like you only pay like I think 15 euro per month. And then if your bike gets broken, a lot of internationals can't fix their own bike. And Dutch people are like more used to this. And then you can just go there and say I want a new one, and you get a new one. And also when it gets stolen, the fines are lower, I think. Or like you have to pay a fine, but not that much.
Yeah, if I keep my key, then maybe I'm not gonna fine.
I think you get like a little fine, but it's not too much.
Yeah.
And also, especially why you want to get this bike maybe is because these bikes don't get stolen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because everyone, they have a very unique like blue tire and like it says in there, so easily stolen and people won't buy that.
Ah yeah, yeah.
That's why they don't get stolen.
A bike with like swap bits like
Yeah. You're like, okay, I don't want to buy a stolen bike.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think we talked really much information about transportation system in Netherlands. I think we can finish now. So bye. See you next time.
Bye.
And thanks for watching this video.
Thank you.